So the lights actually came on for quite a few people this episode, and they're starting to see things for exactly what it really is. Let's talk about it. And I'm like, come on through, Cookie. I want to pull my soapbox. That's basically it. Let's talk about drag in all its forms. What, Cookie? Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. This is my review for Star. This is season 3, episode 8. As I said, lights came on. The lights came on. A lot of people were actually seeing what's really going on and what they've been missing, in their situations. And it was good to see. First things first. Now, I got a little confused last episode with the whole thing with Noah actually being robbed, because I thought it was connected to something, but it actually wasn't. It was just random. It was just a random situation where he got robbed at gunpoint. That was it. Because I kept trying to attach the guy to something. I'm like, who is that guy? Therein lies the issue with when they're running these stories and all of the storylines are running so fast and you're starting them and ending them so fast. It makes you confused as a viewer. And it took me a minute to realize that this was just random. It was just a random thing. Now, was that just me, or did you all think that something was going on with the guy, that the guy was attached to something else? Leave it in the comments. Let me know. I know it threw me off. I was like, what is really going on? But anyway, it was a random robbery. This episode was really suffering with the whole PTSD thing. He when he gets into the crowd, you can see him like tensing up, which this is an issue because this is what he does for a living. So that whole thing. But again, this is another, if we're going to have Noah suffering with PTSD, not no one episode situation. Come on, seriously. We still got Alex. Alex is actually running into this whole anxiety thing. There's so much going on that Noah actually ran into her and found her on the floor actually having this anxiety attack. And as soon as I see that, I said, oh, this is going to be a problem. This is going to be a problem, because they like each other. Child they done had. So you knew it was going to be an issue. And sure enough, they were all in each other's face. I said, okay, all right, whatever. Interesting. But I think Alex and Noah together is cute anyway. Moving on, because I don't like this new girl, this lawyer chick. Anyway, she got issues. Her and that whole thing with Maurice, and I don't like her. She can go about her business anyway. Okay, so Star ended up meeting Jackson's mother. Jackson's mother just shows up. She's like this. She has this young mom thing going on. We've seen this before, and it's an issue when you have the moms that are real, real young, and they got these sons, and they act like they're dating the son as opposed to being the mom to the son. She was just all just too touchy feely, kissing all on him, kiss him all in the mouth. And I said, bitch. Not a good look, whore. Not a good look at all. And Star was looking like, bitch, who is she? What is she giving? She just popped up. He's like, oh, we'll stay, she'll stay with us. And sure enough, it didn't take long. Maybe they got into a little confrontation. And his mother got to blurting out shit she ain't had no business blurting out. Jackson and Star were already at it because he was trying to be proactive and getting the nursery together for the baby. And she's like, no, I want to do it together. And he's like, well, you're never here, so I thought I was helping. And she's like, well, now. Well, his mother stepped in, baby, and she stepped over the line and got everything together. And she was like, no, you're not decorating my nursery, sweetie. You're not doing that. She had been playing kind of low key. Honey, and the mother got to saying, well, she had got all drunk up, right? Coming there. And she's like, yeah, see, Jackson told me about you and your lifestyle. And he told me about your mom and stuff, too. And so I was like, what? I beg your fucking pardon. And she was like, you know what? She said, you're not decorating my baby's nursery, and you need to chill. And she gonna say, oh, you don't want to start with me, little girl. You don't want to start with me, honey, because see, I know you're kind of poor white trash. I said, oh, she was doing too much. So Jackson ended up getting her and just like escorting her out and sent her ass on back home. I said, yeah, because you don't know, Jackson. Star will fight your mother. She'll fight her. Your mother will be able to, she'll smack the good drunken hell out of your mother, and you'll just be feeling some kind of way. But that Star, Star ain't got no filter. Star will go over there just as good. She can talk about that dead mother, honey. Please. Go over there and smack a lightning bolt out your mother's ass, honey. I said, Lord have mercy. And she's like, why didn't you tell me about her? She ended up coming back to him, because he was like real shut off about things with her. And he ended up opening up telling Star, she was young when she had him and she's bipolar and these different things. And Star's like, why didn't you ever tell me? He's like, you're not the only one that actually has things that they're not proud of and have secrets that they don't want to talk about. I was like, and I was sitting there and I kind of got the whole thing of like, I done got pregnant and this hoe got bipolar disorder and you ain't tell me, and yeah, child, listen, she's right in a sense. She's right in a sense. I mean, one, the way that she got pregnant was just tacky. You all this fast fucking and all of this. You really do need to know the background. See, I'm going to get to preaching and carrying on. You need to know where you laying at, honey. You need to know where you're laying at. You need to know what is in that lineage, what is in your lineage before you jump out here making babies, because you don't know what you're creating. And no, I mean, a lot of things are genetics and you can't totally control it, but goddamn it, you can be proactive. You could try to, just like with sickle cell, things like that. If you take time to know each other and know about each other and each other's family, then things like sickle cell won't sneak up on you. I don't know how deep the genetic pool runs with the bipolar disorder, but I can imagine that it plays a large part in it. So if you have more information, you can make a more a better decision about how to go about things. And if you want to have kids and you want to have you won't have so many surprises. Figure shit out. Figure shit out. Slow up on all that fucking. Use a condom or 3. Shit like that. Anyway, but bam it, I'm back. Let's go. Come on. So we got all that going on. Child, Miss Bruce and Noah's dad, child, they laying up. I said, see, I knew they was getting down, honey. They getting down. They full-fledged, full out, they've been fucking. And Miss Bruce didn't let him know, I don't want to be your dirty secret now. I'm all tired of that. I don't want to be your secret. And he's like, well, he said, I feel like you're hiding me. He's like, no, it's not that. I just don't know how Noah is going to take it. I'm like, well, y'all need to go ahead and get to it. Y'all don't want to swap and spit, honey. Y'all need to go ahead and address that, you two. In this episode, Noah's dad and Maurice kept having run-ins too. And Maurice was being very dismissive to Noah's dad. And he was like, man, I will whoop your ass. They both were feeling like that. I said, and I think Maurice's whole attitude was that way because he knows that Noah's dad is gay and he's giving, get out of here, punk. That kind of thing. I'm like, Maurice, now, don't get fucked up on some bullshit. Because we don't see you as real tough, Maurice. You cute, but you're not real tough. Carlotta knocked the shit out of you. So we don't see you as real tough. And I got a sneaking suspicion you be playing around in them streets and Noah's dad will take and monkey walk your ass. And you'll be sitting up there looking stupid. But you keep on playing, honey. Y'all down there in Atlanta, you know how it works. How you better quit. Better quit playing. Everything's sweet. Ain't nice. Anyway, moving on. So that kept going on. And Noah had this gun, and his dad was fussing at him. And then, he was like he took offense because Noah was with this whole thing of, I'm not going to let nobody run up on me like that no more, this, that, and the other. And he was so more concerned with dealing with Maurice with the problem as opposed to dealing with him. So they keep running into this thing. They run into that thing, that little gay thing. It comes up even when it's not being said. And I think Noah's dad, he feels that sometimes because they end up having a conversation about that. And he told him, he's like, I taught you all this macho shit, and men don't cry and this, that, and the other. He's like, and meanwhile, all along, that's all wrong. All of that's wrong. So I think they ended up getting a better understanding. But I've seen that tension happen. I've seen that tension happen in my own house, honey. I had to make it very clear early on. See, my boys ended up finding out early on that daddy's different. Okay? Yeah, again, 6 years old for my oldest. That came from a nice little family member, decided they thought it was that my kid needed to know that I was gay. Even though my kid didn't even know what gay was. He needed to know that. So, that whole thing. No big deal. That's another video for another time. But, so we've had to deal with that. And my son comes to me and then I had to explain what gay is and all that. So now daddy's a little different. But then I had to make it very clear. Daddy's different, but daddy will fuck you up. Like, don't get confused. So my boys both have a total understanding of what gay is, though they've never actually had to actually deal with it dead on, other than me and me being more feminine. I'm more effeminate. They deal with that, but they've never actually had to deal with the whole man on man thing, or me dating, or me, being, they've never seen that. My boys have never seen that. Nothing wrong with it. If that's what you got for your house, that's cool. But I didn't have that for mine. So mine have never seen that here, but they have an understanding of what it's about. But with that, and you have boys, you do run into the thing of them trying you. It just is, it's just a natural thing. And I can only speak for in the African American community. When you are a soft boy, people think you're a soft person. I'm not. I'm a soft boy. I'm very soft and cushy when I need to be, but I will cut you quick. I ain't no punk in that sense. So I had to make that very clear. And this is what I think keeps happening with Noah and his dad. You see, the first time they got a whole real argument, it was all like, what do you know about being a man? And that kind of shit. I'm like, child, that ain't cute. So this is what I was seeing happening. And then I think his dad was like really feeling some kind of way, because when it was these man type problems, he keeps leaning toward Maurice is what he's seeing. And I'm like, oh, that's creating some animosity issue. Okay, let's talk about something else. Let's talk about Angel. Angel made a phone call to Simone. He's on his way back to the States. Now, I didn't get this, y'all. Again, I said, see, y'all doing too much. Did he get smuggled or did he get kidnapped? Which was it? It was like this whole thing of him trying to get back here, but it seemed like it was all voluntary. But these people were like scammers, and they kept wanting more money, and they asked for like $6,000. You could see where he done went, and there was a slice. He had a cut on him once he actually got here. He had a cut on his side. I said, did he sell an organ? I think he sold an organ, child. I said, I'm going to all of this to get back to her. And she ended up getting the money from old girl. Is the boss, whatchamacallit's wife that she'd been messing around with. So she gave her the money and she came with her. And then they were so sideways when they got there, they looked at her car. I think she had a BMW. So they like, the price just went up. And she's like, oh, I came prepared for this. And she paid and she got Angel. Angel came up out of the van and got to kissing her. And old girl was looking. I said, oh, she done got jealous. She done got jealous. Later on, she had set her all up, and she's like, oh yeah, your girl really hooked us up. And she's like, yeah, she did. She's a good friend, this, that, and the other. Angel ended up walking in on her kissing her later, and it was something that just happened. She ain't messed with her since the first time she messed with her. And Angel said, "Oh, I see why you wanted to get a divorce." So that was this whole thing. Then that moved into this whole thing. She kind of had to explain herself to him, and he's like, "I did all this to get back to you, and you want to leave me?" She's like, "No, no, 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 that's not it. I really do love you, and this, that, and the other." But I think she's really confused because she really don't want Angel. But I think again, she has that foster kid thing. There's something missing there, and her self-esteem is not the best. So she's like, he did all of this to get back to me. Oh, I really love him. No, you feel sorry for him. And you're feeling obligated at this point, is what I see. I'm like, mm-mm, mm-mm. But then Angel and Alex sang this song, Ready for It All. It was everything. It was everything. The whole performance of it, the two of their vocals together, everything. It was everything. It was really, 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 really good. I liked it. I liked it. So we had that go on. Carlotta went to see Cassie in jail. Cassie's still talking stupid. No, she said, "I know you in here covering up for Xander. You know that whole thing." They go back and forth. Cassie's like, "You can leave." She left. They go to court. Xander actually showed up. He just got her wrapped up. Then there was this little conversation between Miss Bruce and Carlotta, and he told her, you done went on a little retreat and all that. You done came back here. You need to worry about you, Lottie. You need to worry about you, and you need to chill with these other people. Let these people be them. The girls, let them do them. Uh, your goddamn sister Cassie, let Cassie do her. Cotton, let Cotton do Cotton. You need to chill. She's like, all right. So she got it. She ended up going to see their dad. She went to see their dad, honey, and told him, "I'm coming here." He's like, "Come on in." She's like, "No, no." He all happy to see her pedophile ass. And she told him, "I walked around for all these years carrying your guilt and dealing with your secrets. And I'm done now. I'm leaving all this with you and let you deal with it. I hope you can deal with it as well as I did." And it just cleansed. You can see it just cleansed her soul right there. She let that whole burden go, and she walked off. And I was so mad with him because for like the first 10 minutes, he was sitting there trying to act like he didn't know what the fuck she was talking about. Meanwhile, you done fiddled around and played in her box and carried on when she was a little girl, and now you try to pretend like you don't know what she talking about. I was like, "Girl, suck the shit out of him." And he's standing up there, an old nasty bastard. That's the old fucking Grady looking ass bitch. And she walked off. I said, "All right, girl." I said, "Now the thing is, girl, you left him with that bird, but you should have left them ugly ass shoes you had on with him too, bitch. Shoes was horrible." Anyway, moving on. So she goes to the jail and she tells Cassie, "Let me explain something to you. Explain something to you." She said, "Mommy," she said, "I remember when mommy told me I was having a sister and my job was to protect her." And that's why I said, "Okay, it was never a thing. I was always going to protect you no matter what." She said, "It started off very early. You always thought that daddy liked me better when he was taking me for those little getaways and stuff. It wasn't because he liked me better. It was because I was protecting you. He was doing stuff to me. He didn't like me. He was abusing me. And I said, okay, it's my burden to carry as long as it didn't touch you." So that's that. She said, "And I see the same darkness in Xander's eyes that I used to see in his eyes. He ain't doing nothing but using you. And I'm trying to protect you. But I'm tired. I'm tired. You're going to have to protect yourself." And she got the fuck on up and walked on out of there. Hey, Cassie was broke. Up, her face was so broke. All these years you've been walking around jealous. And meanwhile, she was protecting your stupid ass all this time. Next thing you know, baby, that Xander came to see Cassie and she told him, "I'm done with this whole thing. I'm done with all your lies and all that. I don't want you no more. And I'm done with this." Said, "And I'm going to see you when I get out of here." He going to tell her, "You know what? That's all cool, cause you ain't nothing. Talk to her bad. You ain't nothing. You're a regular bitch from the street, and you ain't shit. Let's just see if you can make it out of it alive." I said, "Oh, you talking her language now, Xander. I can't wait for this." He is talking her language. Cassie is going to get out there and let Xander's ass have it, and I am here for it. Don't you come in here talking no goddamn shit to me, and I'm in here sacrificing myself for your stinking ass. I said, girl, Cassie, get out of there. Get his ass, bitch. Get his ass. I can't wait. Cannot wait. Then the last thing was Carlotta and the girls. Carlotta told the girls, listen, I'm done. Y'all did what y'all did. Y'all have my blessings on breaking the group up and becoming solo artists. That's fine. This last album, y'all got my blessings. Go for it. They told her, well, the album need one last thing. We need you on the track. She went on in the booth. I said, oh, damn. Okay, cool. That's what she's like. I'm fighting for the group. And shit, they don't even want to be in the group. They ain't fighting for the group. I said, true. True shit. Oh, one last thing. Like I said, Noah and his dad got all their differences together. He told his dad, please get rid of this gun. Because he ended up, I said last thing, but it wasn't. He said he had ended up, there was a point where him and Alex was out at the club, and they were dancing, just having a good time, and they end up kissing each other. Well, yeah, they end up kissing each other, and she kissed him. He stopped her. It was like, I got a girl, this, that, and the other. Well, old Derek happened to see it. And Derek was mad, and he ran up on Noah, and Noah pulled that fucking gun on him. And he was like, man, he said, this wasn't even what it was about. He said, this is an accident. I wasn't trying to shoot you. He said, but you can't be running up on me like that. So that was a whole thing. And he told Derek, he said, Derek told him, every time you get a chance, you running up on my woman, this, that thing. He said, no, it wasn't even all that. She kissed me. I stopped it. But you need to give her some time and fix that shit. You're the one that's fucked up everything. Fix that shit with Alex and go be with her. I said, oh, it got your ass together, pretty. So he goes on. He told his dad, Noah told his dad, take this gun. I almost shot some kid that I know. And I don't want this kind of power. I don't want this around me. I said, okay, I understand, Noah, because I ain't one for guns either. My attitude gets too bad. I'm too fast. I'm too quick. So I don't need to be with no gun because I'll be popping the shit out of somebody, lighting their ass on fire, and I know it. I don't fuck with guns. So he and I come from the era, you don't pull a gun and don't shoot somebody. And you don't shoot somebody without killing them. What's the point? I'm trying to shoot you to stop you. Bitch, I'm trying to take you down. Flat out. I don't fuck around with guns. I ain't my mind frame. Mr. Colwell, don't do it. So then he ended up telling his dad, you know what? I actually want you to be my manager. And it shocked him. It shocked me too. But might as well, he was fighting like hell for him. He was like, where he was snapping out and trying to make sure Noah had everything he needed mentally. And Maurice is just like the numbers. Don't really give a shit. So I was like, shit, I'm down with him being your damn manager too. Good thing. Good job. All right, so that was it. Star was pretty good. Couple of things was, random, but pretty good. All right, you guys, I'll catch y'all next week because I think the season finale is next week. So I'll see y'all then. Later.